welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Ohole, and I pray you feel loved and treasured in this space. So if you are interested in my own style of the Get to Know Me tag, stay tuned. Okay, so first and foremost, before I start the Get to Know Me tag, I would just love to have this disclaimer to say none of the views expressed on this channel ever, even before this video, since last year, since the time I started, none of the views expressed on this channel are the views of my employer in any manner, shape, or form, and I do not represent my employer on this channel. This is a channel in my own personal capacity, something that I do for myself as a hobby. It has absolutely nothing to do with my job. So yeah, now that we're done with the nitty-gritties, let's get started. So I'm just gonna have fun with the Get to Know Me tag, where I share things about me and things that you don't necessarily know about me. So first thing is, my name is Torpera, and I'll leave it over here for you, and that means we are given, this is actually my full name, I'll just leave it down here, Torpera Omarano. Most people don't really know that the two go together, but yeah, it means we are given gifts or we are given blessings, however you choose to look into it. That is number one. Number two is that I love, when I say love, I mean love. Like, I cannot function without being surrounded by or seeing or expressing myself through pretty things. And I know it sounds quite silly, but I just love pretty things. Pretty things in the colors that I have on. This is more like my color palette. Let's say the pillow behind me, just the pinks and like lime greens, or the splash of brown here and there. I cannot function. Like, if I am going to work, if I am going to meet someone, if I'm going to function, I need to be surrounded by it, because it is the way that I express myself, and it is the way that I function. You will also realize on my channel, my header, the way my channel is set up, pretty things, like, that is my language. That is my love language, honestly. So I remember working at a place and I had to wear black and white most of the time. I got depressed. And when I say depressed, I mean depressed. Like, I was just suffering so much, and I had no motivation basically to really go out there and do my best for the day, because I just felt blah. So yeah, that is fun fact number 2 on my Get to Know Me tag. So fact number 3 is, on top of pretty things, I love deep discussions. I am a person who needs deep discussions, intellectual stimulation to function, to stay happy, to breathe, to know that I matter in your life. It is basically another one of my love languages that I don't think have been put out there. What happened to intellectual stimulation as a love language? They left that one out. I'm just saying. Yeah, so it doesn't really need to be about the meaning of life and the universe and blah blah blah. It can be something very simple, but you express it in the best way that it means so much to you, and I can pick that up as something that is stimulating me, because then I can bounce off of that, where you are coming from in your heart. So let's say with the Word of God in the Bible, I don't know how to be objective about it, and that is just my personality. I don't know how to talk about it like, okay, here are the facts, here are the, I just don't know. I'm not wired in that way. It'll always be from the bottom of my heart for me, and will always be an emotional subject, because I am an emotional being, and that is the way the Lord has made me and has created me. So I don't know how to separate the two, if I may, my personality and let's say sharing the Word of God from an objective point of view is just not gonna work for me. Like, I will be so disconnected that you will see it, you will sense it, you will breathe it, and yeah, that's just who I am. So the next fun fact, I lost count. So the next fun fact is that I am a foodie. Oh my goodness. When I say I'm a foodie, I am a foodie. Like, I love Asian food, Indian food, well, Indian Asian, but yeah, Indian food. I love sushi. I love Italian food, Portuguese food. I love Nigerian food. Oh my goodness, I am just such a foodie. South African, Cape Malay type food. I am so deep into it, to the point where I'm thinking, in my own home, God willing, should I get married, have a family, I will definitely have Thai food is for Tuesdays, and Chinese food is for Wednesdays, and the list goes on and on and on, to the point where if a dish looks bland, I'm just like, what is this? Like, you need to express yourself in your food, throw a little parsley in there, or a little spring onion. At least let it have life, let it come alive. But yeah, so connected to this fact is that I am a traveler, and I'm a traveler of places outside the country. Sorry, I hate to admit it, but yeah, I love traveling, and of course I love traveling in the country, but there's just something freeing and something amazing about traveling outside of the country. I will insert a picture of just my minimum experiences that I've had. If it wasn't for COVID, I would have been out of the country as we speak, for traveling purposes, of course. And yeah, I am such a travel person that I feel like it should be another love language, honestly. A lot of people look at me and they're like, oh, you're so soft, you're so sweet. Do you ever get angry? Oh my goodness, nah. But actually, I am a very assertive person. Like, I don't, especially when it comes to defending other people, like, you will see a different side of me, just to defend someone who is powerless, someone who is vulnerable. Let's not go there. But if we have, so the next fun fact is that I have a clothing line, and yeah, I'm a very business-minded person. I know I can look at a business and say, okay, this is what you could possibly do to improve your profits, to improve your revenue. It's just in me. And it comes, I think, with customer service and knowing how to serve others well, and how to maximize on what you have, the resources that you have. yeah. So the next fun fact is that I am taller than I look. I think a couple of people have said, you look short, you know, the way I see you in your picture, like your face, you look short. But my ID says I'm 1.75 meters tall. I don't exactly agree with the 1.75, maybe like 1.72 or something, but I'm quite tall and taller than I look. So yeah, the next fun fact is that I am a baby whisperer. Growing up, I've always been able to calm down like the most noisy baby, that baby that people just can't deal with, or when they just can't figure out what's wrong with her, she's crying like hysterically. I've always been that person that yeah, is able to calm babies down or nurture them really well in the time that they're with me anyways. I love babies. I love taking care of them, and it's very easy to know, for me anyways, it's very easy to know when a baby needs to be rocked in a certain way and what they prefer and what they like. Because sometimes you just see it like, okay, this baby's a very active baby, you know, okay, let me walk around and stimulate them, their senses, even as I'm calming them down, as I'm getting them to sleep, you know, whether it's on my shoulder or in my arms and stuff like that. I love babies. So I can't stand it when, let's say, a baby's crying hysterically and we're in a public place or so. I'm literally that one that wants to get up and be like, hi, can I help you with your baby? And I know some people are always like, you know, sometimes it's just an instinct, like, okay, this baby needs to burp, or this baby needs to, now that I have experience and so forth. So yeah, for you. So my next fun fact is I used to be a beauty pageant queen. Yeah, it was in university, and you know when you're just starting something new and you want to do something that you would never ever have imagined yourself doing. You just want to do something exciting. So that was me. I took part in a pageant for the first time, and yeah, I learned a lot from that. So the next fun fact, there are 3 things that I don't like, honestly, when it comes to food, even though I'm a foodie. Number 1 is Marmite. Guys, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what they're thinking. They're still making these things, and they're in shops, like for actual sale. People buy them and they eat them. Marmite? No. What? Next one is jam. No, thank you. That type of red traditional jam that we all grew up eating, cut like it's not working. Third, this might be really shocking, but I don't like beef. I can handle it like in kapana, and that is the only way, or one of the ways that I can really eat it. But if you have it in like a stew, if you have it in I don't know, you've barbecued, you know, like these big pieces, or even beef ribs, or I'm just not a fan. It's like I don't want to have to work so hard at the chewing, first of all. Secondly, even when it's tender, it doesn't really retain all the moisture that you need it to retain. I'm more of a pork girl. I would rather have lamb, even though I don't really like the smell, that little smell of lamb. I'm a seafoods girl, but when it just comes to beef itself, I'll just have a little bit and then I'm done. I don't like to work hard for my meat. I'm not that one to get the piece with the bone, you know, like my sister, my mom, they love like when meat comes on the bone, you know, there's bone marrow and they get into it. But for me, I'm just like, what's with the drama? Like, let's just have a beautiful soft piece of meat, you know, that I can eat chop chop and I'm done.